It's 3 in the morning. You wake up because your dog is barking. He's standing at the end of the hallway, barking at the wall. No movement outside, no sound you can hear. Just your dog, and that complete, dark silence behind it. In that moment, something strange happens in your mind. You're no longer wondering if he's hungry or needs water. You're wondering, what does he see that I can't? And that exact question has kept most dog owners up at night before. Tonight, you get the answer, and it will change you forever. Your dog doesn't see ghosts, but what he actually perceives is even more unbelievable. Stay with me, because toward the end, it'll show you why some dogs even seem to sense things before they happen. Let's start from the very beginning, with what your dog is really experiencing in that moment. At 3 in the morning, your dog's world is completely different from yours. His hearing operates on a frequency that sounds like absolute silence to you. Dogs can hear sounds up to 65,000 vibrations per second. Humans max out at 20,000. That means, while you sleep, your dog is running a radar system that never shuts off. He hears the faucet in the basement dripping 30 meters away. He hears the bat outside, flying silently through the dark. He hears the mouse behind the wall, not the body itself, but its claws on the wood. And then he hears something else, something that wakes him up and makes him bark. But what? That's the real question, and the answer is more complicated than you think. Before I explain what your dog is actually perceiving that night, let me ask you something. Have you ever had that moment, standing next to your barking dog, seeing absolutely nothing? That deep helplessness, that feeling, he knows something I don't. That feeling isn't in your imagination, it's biology. Your dog lives in a world full of signals that are completely invisible and inaudible to you. And at 3 in the morning, when all the sounds of the day fall away, those signals become clearer to him than ever. Imagine this. During the day, your dog's world is like a concert hall, sounds, smells, and movement everywhere. But at 3 in the morning, it's suddenly like an empty concert hall, every tiny detail echoes. And that's exactly when he can hear and smell things he'd have missed in the noise of the day. An animal moving through the grass 100 meters away, he smells it through closed windows. A stranger crossing the street he knows so well, he knows immediately that something's off. But here's something most owners have never truly understood. Your dog doesn't bark to scare you. He barks to warn you. In his world, he's the guardian. You're his pack, and he has a job. His job is to warn you about things he perceives, even things you will never see or hear. The nighttime barking isn't a behavioral flaw. It's his promise to you. But that still doesn't explain why it so often happens at exactly 3 o'clock. And that's the part that left me personally speechless back when I first learned it. Dogs have an internal clock, what's called circadian rhythm, that runs more precisely than any alarm clock we own. In the early morning hours between 2 and 4, something very specific happens to their perception. A dog's body produces less cortisol during this time, the stress hormone that slightly dampens everything during the day. His nervous system is at maximum sensitivity during this phase, like a seismograph at full extension. Researchers at the Veterinary University of Vienna studied this precisely. They found that dogs react to acoustic stimuli 3 times faster in the early morning hours than they do during the day. 3 times faster. In the hour when you're sleeping the deepest, your dog is at his most alert. That's not a coincidence. That's evolution. Dogs lived for thousands of years as guardians of human camps, and the danger was always greatest in the depths of the night. That instinct hasn't disappeared. It's just sleeping, and it wakes back up with your dog at 3 in the morning. Now you're probably wondering, but what exactly did he sense that night? Was it an animal, a person, or something that doesn't even exist? The answer lies in his sense of smell, and that is even more extraordinary than his hearing. Dogs have up to 300 million scent receptors. Humans have 6 million. That means your dog doesn't just smell more than you. He smells a completely different world. He can smell what you ate before you came home. He can smell that you were stressed, because stress has its own chemical signature that your body sends out. And he can smell when something in his environment has changed overnight. A fox that walked along the garden fence 3 hours ago, his scent trail is still there. Another animal that jumped onto the windowsill and disappeared, your dog knows. A stranger who walked around the outside of the house, your dog has the complete trail. And he barks, because something is wrong, because the world at night has a different order than the world of the day. But do you know what fascinates me most about all this? It's not the facts themselves, it's what they say about your connection. Your dog is sharing his perception with you. He could have just sat still. He could have let you sleep. But he chose to wake you, because he knows you belong in this. You're his pack. In the wild, a wolf would never let a sleeping pack member stay asleep when danger is near. That's the same instinct, the same act of loyalty, in your hallway at 3 in the morning. Hay race something most dog owners never realize. Dogs can sense electromagnetism. Thunderstorms, earthquakes, changes in the Earth's magnetic field. All of this sends out signals we never perceive. There are well-documented cases of dogs becoming restless hours or even days before an earthquake. Not because they see the future, because they can hear infrasound, sounds below our threshold of perception. Deep, slow, invisible, like a tremor in the earth that is silent to us, but screaming loud to him. And you're asleep, and he's barking into the dark, and you don't know why. Now comes the moment I mentioned at the beginning, the one that changes everything. Imagine you could see through your dog's senses for just 1 second. The night would stop being quiet. It would suddenly be full of movement, full of smells, full of sounds. What is absolute darkness to you is a living world full of information for your dog. He's not frightened. He's alert. He's doing exactly what he was made to do. And when he looks back at you, with that steady, serious gaze, he's telling you, I'm here. I've got watch. That moment is not a small thing. That moment is the foundation of your relationship. Your dog doesn't just sleep through the night. He watches over it. But I know what's on your mind now. Should I do something when he barks at night? The answer isn't as simple as you'd think, and it depends on what he's really trying to tell you. There are 3 fundamental types of nighttime barking, and each has a different meaning. The first is warning bark. Short, sharp, with pauses between. He's detected something and is alerting you. The second is fear bark. Higher in pitch, faster, often accompanied by trembling. He's unsettled himself. The third is attention bark. Even, rhythmic, sometimes with whimpering. He wants you to come. When you learn to tell these 3 apart, you'll understand your dog at night on a completely different level. And you'll stop just saying SHHHH because you'll know what he actually needs. There's a 4th type that almost no one knows about, the silent bark. Your dog opens his mouth, his body tenses, but no sound comes out, just a soft rush of air. That means he's sensed something, but he's holding back. He's not sure if it's really worth a warning. That silent warning is often the most significant, because whatever made him hesitate stays completely hidden from us. Now let me tell you something that genuinely moved me the first time I heard it. There are documented reports of dogs that alerted their sleeping owners to irregular heartbeats. The dogs barked and whimpered and nudged their sleeping owner in the middle of the night. The owners woke up, mildly annoyed, and then discovered at the doctor's office their heart had been beating irregularly that night. The dog had detected it through sound, through smell, through vibration, long before the human ever knew. That's not magic. That's millions of years of evolution, still alive inside your dog. He knows your heartbeat better than you do. He knows your breathing, your scent, your sleep patterns. And when something deviates, he raises the alarm. The next time your dog wakes you up at 3 in the morning, pause for a moment before you get angry. Look at him. Watch him. Which direction is he barking? What's his body posture? These aren't random movements. This is communication, the oldest, most honest communication there is. And you might be the only person in the world he wants to tell. He chooses you, every night, even when you're asleep and don't know it. Now we come to the secret I promised you at the beginning. Why do some dogs bark at things that haven't even happened yet? There are moments when your dog goes to the door and barks, and 10 minutes later, the doorbell rings. You think, coincidence, or you think, he heard the neighbor's car he recognizes. But sometimes it's neither of those. Sometimes it's something else. Dogs can identify people through their sense of smell while they're still hundreds of meters away. Your visitor turns the corner 3 streets over, and your dog already knows. Not because he sees the future, but because his senses reach into it. He processes information so early that it appears to you like prediction, but to him, it's just perception. That's your dog at 3 in the morning, not a ghost, not madness. A being that lives in a completely different dimension of reality, right next to you. And he shares that dimension with you, because he loves you, because you are his pack. The next time you wake up and he's barking, remember, he's not crazy. He's awake, he's alert, and he's doing his best for you, at 3 in the morning, in the dark, alone. Maybe that's the simplest and also the deepest truth about dogs. They never clock out. They don't love from 9 to 5. They don't sleep through their duty. They are always there. And at 3 in the morning, when the world is asleep and you are at your most vulnerable, he is more alert than ever. That doesn't deserve impatience. That deserves respect. Tell us in the comments, has your dog ever woken you up at night, and it turned out that something really was wrong? We read every single comment, because your stories are often the most extraordinary of all. And if you want to help another dog owner understand their dog better, share this video with them. Maybe it will change the way they look at their dog at night, forever. Until next time, take good care of your dog, and he'll take good care of you.